Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Listen and Learn channel. Today's video is specially designed for English learners who feel nervous or confused when they have to speak English for the first time, especially when they need to introduce themselves. Many people know English words and grammar, but when they meet someone new, they do not know how to start, what to say next, or how to finish confidently. And this lesson will help you solve that problem step by step. In this video, I will guide you through the complete process of self-introduction in English, using clear explanations, real-life logic, and simple but natural sentences. I want you to listen carefully, because this lesson is not just about sentences, it is about understanding the flow of speaking. Now that we have completed the introduction, let's clearly talk about what you are going to learn in this video. What you will learn in this video. In this lesson, you will learn what self-introduction means, why it is important in daily life, when you need to introduce yourself, how to structure a good self-introduction, how to talk about your name, your location, your work or studies, your interests, and finally, how to end your introduction politely and confidently. You will also learn how to avoid common mistakes and how to sound confident even if your English is simple. Now that we have finished explaining what you will learn in this video, let's move on to the first core point, which is understanding what self-introduction actually is. What is self-introduction? Self-introduction is the way you explain who you are when you meet someone for the first time, and it usually includes basic information like your name, your background, and what you do in your daily life. It is often the first impression people have of you, and that is why it plays a very important role in communication. A clear self-introduction helps people feel comfortable talking to you, and it also helps you feel more confident while speaking English. Now that we have completed the explanation of what self-introduction means, let's move to the next point and talk about when and where you actually need to introduce yourself. You need to introduce yourself in many real-life situations, such as when you start a new class, attend an interview, join a meeting, meet new people while traveling, or communicate with people online. In professional life, self-introduction helps you create a positive image, and in personal life, it helps you make new connections. Now that we are done talking about when self-introduction is needed, let's move on to the next important point, which is the basic structure of a good self-introduction. Basic structure of a good self-introduction. A good self-introduction follows a clear and logical structure so the listener can easily understand you. This structure usually includes 5 main parts: your name, your location, your work or study, a little personal information, and a polite closing sentence. When you follow this order, your speech sounds organized and confident. Now that we have completed the structure overview, let's start explaining each part one by one, beginning with the first and most important part, which is saying your name. How to say your name. The first step in self-introduction is saying your name clearly, because your name is your identity. You can say sentences like, "My name is Mosharaf," "I'm Mosharaf," or "You can call me Mosharaf," and all of these are natural and correct in English. The most important thing here is clarity, not speed, so always say your name slowly and confidently. Now that we have finished talking about how to say your name, let's move on to the next point, which is how to talk about your country or city. How to talk about your country or city. After saying your name, it is natural to explain where you are from, because this helps the listener understand your background. You can say, "I am from Bangladesh," "I'm from Dhaka, Bangladesh," or "I come from Bangladesh." If you live in another country now, you can say, I am from Bangladesh, but I currently live in Kyrgyzstan, which sounds very natural in English. Now that we are done discussing how to talk about your location, let's move forward to the next point, which is how to talk about your work or studies. How to talk about your work or study. Talking about what you do is a very important part of your self-introduction because it explains your role in daily life. If you are a student, you can say, I am a student. I am studying English, or I study computer science. If you are working, you can say, I work as a video editor, or I am a content creator. If you are not working or studying right now, you can still introduce yourself positively by saying, I am currently learning new skills, or I am focusing on self-improvement. Now that we have completed the work and study part, let's move on to the next point, which is how to talk about hobbies and interests. How to talk about your hobbies or interests. Hobbies and interests make your introduction more personal and friendly, and they help people connect with you easily. You can say, in my free time, I like learning English. I enjoy coding and editing videos, or I love creating content and learning new things. You do not need to say too many hobbies, because one or two is enough. Now that we have finished discussing hobbies and interests, let's move to the next point, which is how to properly end your self-introduction. How to end your self-introduction. Ending your self-introduction politely is very important because it creates a good final impression. You can end with simple sentences like, nice to meet you, nice meeting you, or thank you for listening. These small sentences make your introduction complete and professional. Now that we have completed all the individual parts, let's move to the next point and put everything together with a full self-introduction example. Now, listen to this full self-introduction example carefully. Hello, my name is Mosharov, and I am from Bangladesh, but I currently live in Kyrgyzstan. I work as a video editor and content creator, and I really enjoy learning English, coding, and improving my communication skills. In my free time, I like creating content and learning new things. It's very nice to meet you. Now that we have completed the general example, let's move on to the next point and talk about formal self-introductions. Formal self-introductions. Formal self-introductions are used in professional situations, such as interviews, meetings, and office environments. In these situations, your tone should be polite and calm. For example, you can say, Good morning, my name is Mosharov, and I am from Bangladesh. I work as a video editor and content creator, and I have experience in digital media. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Now that we are done talking about formal self-introductions, let's move on to the next point, which is informal self-introductions. Informal self-introductions are used in friendly or casual situations, and they sound more relaxed. For example, you can say, Hey, I'm Mosharov. I'm from Bangladesh, and I'm a video editor who loves creating content. Nice to meet you. Now that we have completed both formal and informal introductions, let's move on to the next point, which are common mistakes English learners make. Many English learners speak too fast, try to use very difficult words, or feel nervous and stop speaking suddenly. The key thing to remember is that simple English is powerful, and confidence comes from practice, not perfection. Now that we have finished talking about mistakes, let's move to the next point and discuss how to sound confident. How to sound confident. You should speak slowly, use clear pronunciation, and stay relaxed. Confidence grows when you practice regularly, even for a few minutes every day. Now that we have completed the confidence section, let's move on to the next point, which is a simple daily practice method. A simple daily practice method is repeating a basic self-introduction every day, such as, my name is blank, I am from blank, I work as blank, I like blank, and nice to meet you. Practicing like this helps your brain remember the structure naturally. Now that we have completed the practice method, let's move to the final point of this lesson. Now that we have completed all the main points of this lesson, we can clearly say that you have learned how to introduce yourself in English using a proper structure, smooth transitions, and clear sentences. Remember that English is a skill, and every skill improves with daily practice, so keep listening, keep practicing, and do not be afraid of making mistakes. Thank you very much for listening, and I will see you in the next video.